Have you ever wondered if homeschooling with unit studies would be a good fit for your family? Here's what you need to consider when you're thinking about homeschooling with unit studies. So, in the unit study method, homeschool families focus all of their curriculum and lessons around a specific topic that they study in great depth. A family doing a unit study about space, for example, might read stories about astronauts for a language lesson and calculate the distance between the planets for math. And then they might read about the history of space exploration. And then they might make a model of the solar system for a science lesson. So every single subject is relating directly to space, and they're drawing connections between all of the subjects as they study them as a unit. Unit studies tend to focus on hands-on learning, and this might be a really great fit for families that teach multiple ages together because kids can learn in a unit study as a family. Unit studies can also be combined with other homeschool philosophies. Unit studies work especially well with Charlotte Mason, with unschooling, and with eclectic homeschool methods. There are several reasons why you might want to choose unit studies for your homeschool. One is that unit studies are often really fun and motivating for kids. And for families that use unit studies for their homeschooling, this is often their primary reason. They want homeschool to be really fun and exciting, and they want their kids to enjoy learning. And so they'll create these unit studies to really make homeschooling a lot of fun. Another reason why unit studies are great is because kids get to learn about topics that interest them. There's a lot of research that shows that when kids are interested in what they're learning, that they'll be more engaged in learning, and that they'll remember more, and that they'll learn better. And this is really a strength of the unit study curriculum. When kids really love the topic that they're studying, they will be really excited to learn more about it, and they'll learn more as they're doing their unit study. And so this is a great way to use the science of how kids learn really as an advantage to help your kids really supercharge their homeschool and learn a lot. Unit studies also allow kids to see the connections between different subjects really easily. So if you're studying space in every subject, then kids will start to draw connections between what they learned in their science lesson and what they read in their language lesson. They'll start to see how they can use math to help them with science and how these concepts developed throughout history. And so all of those connections will help them just to have a more rich learning experience and to really start to see how all of the subjects are related. This can also motivate kids to study subjects that they maybe don't enjoy, because they'll see why those subjects are important and how they're related to other subjects in their area of interest. Unit studies also encourage kids to be creative and learn independently. A lot of times kids are doing projects and creating just different creative ways to show what they've learned. And this is a great way for kids to really take charge of their own learning and to become independent learners. Unit studies are also great for families who want to homeschool together because they allow kids of multiple ages to learn together. And so if you're homeschooling multiple kids of different ages, a unit study might be a really great choice for your family because it's really easy to adapt the unit study so that everybody is learning at their own age range. So the younger kids might participate in some read alouds that you do and then go off and play. And then the older kids might have additional assignments to follow up from those activities. Or maybe your family might be working together to create a project and each child is participating at the level that they can. Maybe older kids are writing the information and younger kids are drawing the pictures, or you're just finding different ways to involve each family member at the level that they can participate at. There are several downsides to homeschooling with unit studies. One of the biggest ones is that unit studies require a lot of time to plan and prepare. So parents will need to go and choose the individual resources that they're using, the individual books, and sort of design the program for their kids. and this can take a lot of time and a lot of lesson planning for parents. Also, a lot of times when you're doing a unit study, you may need to create your own curriculum from many different resources. And this can be a challenge if you don't have experience doing that before. Unit studies can also cause gaps in learning since kids aren't following a sequential curriculum. So if you are homeschooling through unit studies, it's important that somewhere you have a list of the things that you want your kids to learn, and you're sort of making sure that they're hitting all of those major things in an order that kind of makes sense. Unit studies might be a great fit for your family if you enjoy spending time planning and preparing creative lessons. If you're the kind of person that loves to go on Pinterest and find fun activities for your kids to do and then do them together as a family, and you really enjoy that planning and preparation aspect, then unit studies might be a really good fit for you. Unit studies are also a great fit for families that are homeschooling multiple kids of different ages together at the same time, and families that are homeschooling kids who learn best through doing activities. If your child is a kinesthetic learner, one who learns hands-on by doing things, then unit studies might be a lot of fun for them. And finally, if you want to help your kids focus on making connections between different subject areas, you should definitely consider homeschooling with unit studies. So what do you think about unit studies? Please share your thoughts in the comments.